When moving from Richardson in August 2019, Charlize Lee hoped to affordably own a house that would accommodate her growing family. The immediate answer wasn't Plano, Frisco, or McKinney as house prices were steadily skyrocketing. The solution was further east of McKinney, Princeton. She found comfort in the city's rural aesthetic, its small town feel that focused on community and friendliness and less on rigorous commerce and big city ideals. Also, it was simply more affordable to live there. However, when trying to buy the property after a year of renting, Lee learned that the listing went from $260,000 to $395,000. A stay at home mother of nine, she and her husband are bracing for what things might look like in the future.
And I'm so afraid that if they sell the house to another investor or something, that our rent's going to go up like $500. So we're kind of in panic mode. Thankfully, we signed a 2-year lease, so we have another year here to figure out what we're going to do, but it's still really scary because we have no idea what we're going to do in a year.
The city of Princeton is experiencing a population and commerce boom. Over the last decade, the city's population has gone from 6,000 in 2010 to over 20,000 by 2021, according to the latest U.S. Census estimates. This follows a statewide increase in residents, with the state of Texas being the second most moved to state in the country. The initial appeal to rural areas is the relatively inexpensive prices of homes and a resident's desire to move away from the hectic hustle and bustle of city life. Paradoxically, the draw of a community's rustic charm and affordability, along with the sudden influx of new residents, cause the area to lose its identity. Local mom and pop shops are displaced in favor of bigger chains. Large plots of land and entire ecosystems are deforested to make new homes. The social, economic, and even political characteristics of the city evolve to echo the new demographics. Collin College sociology professor Pamela Gator suggests that any solution to affordable housing has less to do with mitigating the influx of new residents and more with accommodating and handling the inevitable growth. Trying to prevent or stop the growth is futile, she said, so the optimal course is try to meet some of the housing demands as much as they can, preferably in an affordable way.
So yeah, there's a way, but that requires the developer to be concerned about the community in which they're going to build, not just concerned about money.
The McKinney-based Hope Housing Foundation intends to make housing more affordable, if not at the very least attainable in the city. Located at the intersection of FM 75 and Monticello Drive, it intends to build 400 housing units that will be split into two building phases, meeting part of the housing demands the city faces. Foundation President Alvin Johnson asserts that while the apartments are not affordable housing units per se, they will more appropriately appeal to the city's worker demographics.
We do have our very good rents for the working community. We're focusing on the workforce, gray collar individual, and that's mostly what Princeton is a great gray collar community.
Someone who has seen firsthand Princeton's meteoric growth is City Mayor Brianna Chacon. Having been a resident of the city since 2005, she remembers a time when she pulled into the now closed Princeton Food Mart and saw a family giving away free piglets. Mom and pop shops, local tire shops, auto parts stores, and even saddle shops were once the norm in Princeton. Now, nearly 2 decades later, and now leader of the same city that currently has an estimated population of 24,000, she opts to embrace the changing times, even to the chagrin of what she calls legacy families.
But I don't think our demographic before would have supported that new growth. So it's an exciting time. We're changing. I think we're kind of a city divided in that regard as some people are really excited for the growth. Some people want us to say no more building, but we can't do that. There has to be that apartment option. There has to be that for our young families and for our students that are moving out on their own for the first time. And that's really the direction that the city is taking.
As it stands, the city of Princeton is growing by the day. Chacon predicts the population will cross 60,000 within the next 5 years. For now, residents like Charlize Lee, who has grown to love and appreciate the city's community, can only wait and see what the future holds.
That's the kind of place where I want my kids to grow up. I want them to learn about that diversity that's growing here because it's crazy growing here and it's amazing. And I want to stay a part of that, and hopefully I'll be able to, but who knows.